I'm feeling good.
Hey guys, this is Muhammad Ali from Geek My Day, and with me is Talha.
Hello.
So, alright.
Okay, so this is the Huawei P10, and
Yes, of course it is. That's what the video topic says.
so we've been waiting for this device for some time now. We were really excited about it, and now that we have a chance to talk about it, so after getting this device, I think I really like it. But there are a few aspects that have left me a little to be desired.
Okay, so
Right.
what do you mean by that?
We will talk about that in a while. So let's first talk about the things that I do really like, the build quality. So what do you
Okay.
think about the build quality?
Well, I think it's a great device.
Oh, you don't have to do that anymore.
No, but I want to do it.
All right.
Well, I think it's a great device. I mean, it's got a great body, and well, it comes in a lot of in matte finish and engraved back. Yeah, alright.
Okay. What my partner is trying to say is that the build is entirely made up of metal.
Yeah.
And there are a few on the bottom side there's some plastic for the antennas, very reminiscent of the iPhone, right? But overall, I do really dig the build quality of this phone. The size of the phone are pretty thin, right?
Yeah.
The phone is pretty thin, and the buttons are very high quality.
Yeah.
So we do really like the build quality of the phone.
Yeah.
Right. So that's one of the very strong points of this phone.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So after the build quality, the other thing we really enjoyed is the display.
Yes.
Right. It's a 5.1 inches.
Yeah.
Right. It's a 5.1 inches HD display, and the colors are pretty nice.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, I didn't have any problem
What was that?
with the display.
So what do you think about the display?
I think the display is great. I mean, it's got all the stuff, and it's pretty amazing.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, I usually prefer to use AMOLED displays, but this device, I think I'm gonna pass.
Okay. Okay, so the display of the,
Yeah.
I think that the display of the phone is pretty good. I do prefer AMOLED display, but on this device I was happy to pass on the AMOLED display,
Yes.
right? I was very impressed with the display.
Yes,
The
me too.
colors are pretty accurate, right? And wallpapers do look very good on this phone. But I do wish that it was a slightly higher resolution 2K display, like the P10 Plus.
Pro.
Yeah.
Oh,
that,
Plus.
Yeah, that has a QHD display.
Yeah, a 2K
Right.
display.
So I think that phone is more suited for a person like me who
Yeah.
who wants a bigger and more higher resolution display. But I think this is very well acceptable for someone who wants something that's very accessible, right? It's very easy to hold the phone. It's very easy to touch the corners of the display with one hand. So I think that it's pretty great this size.
Yeah.
and the display is also pretty nice.
Yeah, great.
All right.
Okay, so moving on to the next segment of the video.
Right, that's the camera. So so Huawei launched the dual camera setup in the P9, and after doing that, every manufacturer started including two cameras.
Yeah, I just heard that the Galaxy Note 8 is also coming with dual camera.
And my grandmother announced that she's making a phone
with dual camera.
Even that phone has a dual camera, right? Okay, so the phone. Here there are dual cameras, and one is a 20 megapixel shooter, and the other is a 12 megapixel sensor. So what is the philosophy behind this is that one is meant to be a bit more wider angle lens.
Yeah.
So if you're trying to shoot a little bit more wide, it gives you that ability.
Yeah.
And speaking of the back camera, especially, that I really like the back camera.
They're both back cameras.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'm not talking about the front camera. I'm talking about the back camera.
You mean the back cameras?
Yes, yes, that. So speaking of the back cameras, I really like the back cameras.
Which are very good back cameras.
Yeah, they're the best back cameras in the world. China thinks they have the best back cameras, but they don't. America has the best back camera. Hillary thinks she has the best back cameras, but she doesn't. I have the best back camera. It's me, Donald J. Trump. I have the best back cameras in the freaking world.
Okay, so moving on to the next segment of the video.
Okay, so the photos.
Oh, I'm sorry, it's not the next segment of the video.
Okay, so the photos it takes are pretty.
Okay, so I tried using both of the cameras, and I didn't see a lot of difference.
What do you mean?
I mean, it was not very wide angle.
Oh, well, that's.
It was just a little difference, you know. I mean, it was like 0.5 from both sides.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
Yeah. Okay.
Well, the science is that 60% of the time it works every time.
Okay, so.
Anyways, the photos it took are very high quality.
Yeah.
And the contrast and the clarity were pretty good. All that nifty stuff you expect in good cameras, it has that.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about the front camera, which I didn't really like.
Yeah, it's an 8 megapixel front camera.
And
And we're not very fond of front cameras.
Yeah, especially in this device, I'm really disappointed by the front camera. I was really expecting it to be something revolutionary, something you will grow. Since the marketing of this phone is pretty dead set on the for cameras aspect of phone, right? So I was very let down that the front camera was pretty regular, right? It didn't blow me away. Even my friends in college, they were like, "Oh, this is just normal," right?
Yeah.
They weren't like. That means they weren't blown away by the awesomeness.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
Okay.
neither was I.
Right?
Okay, so. Well, moving on to the next segment of the video, which is.
Oh, yes. Speaking of. Now we are talking about the things we don't really like, the front camera. Now let's move on to the battery, which I think was very, very underwhelming. Especially after using those previous Huawei phones that had amazing battery life.
Yeah, it's
right?
got a 3200 milliampere battery, and the backup is not very good. I mean, it lasts only one day.
Yeah, even after a day of usage, I had it on 25 or 30% of battery, which has never happened. Even in the previous phone, which was the Honor 8 Lite, it didn't happen. In the previous phone, in the phone before that, the Mate 9, it didn't happen there. It didn't happen.
Okay, so it never happened.
Yeah, before.
Yeah, to cut the story short.
Yeah, in this, I was trying to make a dramatic effect, but it's okay. Anyways, so the battery.
Screw the dramatic effect.
Yeah, the battery of this phone wasn't really impressive. I think it was a conscious decision for a small battery size because the P10 Plus has a much bigger battery.
Yeah, well,
right.
We don't have that right now.
Yeah, and I think that phone is meant for the people who want a bit more battery life. I think this is just meant for the normal everyday user. And for a normal everyday user, the battery life of this phone is pretty much like every other phone.
Yeah, it's not special.
Yeah. All right. So that's about the battery. Let's move on. Oh yeah, and the battery life and I think a good thing about the battery is that it is a USB Type-C. The charging port is USB Type-C.
It charges pretty fast.
Yeah, and has fast charging.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nice. I really like USB Type-C. I think every device in the freaking world should have USB Type-C.
Yes.
Right?
Okay, so
so
now, what are we going to talk about?
okay. All right.
This is Obama.
Oh.
I'm the president of the United States.
Oh.
You gotta understand.
All right.
Okay, that's not Obama. That's I know what that is.
The next thing that I want to talk about is the.
Is there anything I want to talk about? Because
What do you want to talk about? Your feelings?
no, I want to talk about. My name's Jeff.
Welcome to another episode of Counseling with Geek Minded.
My name's Jeff. Okay, so moving on to the fingerprint sensor.
Oh yes. So a little bit of changes, I think.
Can
here.
I talk?
All right. Please.
this one,
Please be my guest.
No, be my guest. Okay, so I think the fingerprint sensor is pretty slick. I mean, it's amazing the response time, and you didn't even have to touch the whole thing. You know, you just boom, beep, and it's out.
Let's give them a quick
Sure.
demonstration.
Boom, beep. See,
Yes,
it's
yes.
exactly synchronized with my boom and beep.
Yeah, the boom means that it's starting to recognize the.
And the beep
fingerprint.
is the screen coming to life.
Yeah.
So I'm a genius, man.
Yeah, before using this phone, I used.
Okay, it's survived. It survived.
Are we in trouble?
Sorry.
Using this phone, I was dead set on having fingerprint sensors in the bag. Anyways, but after using this phone,
Maybe दोबारा गया यार तेरे लगता है.
original ठीक है.
दोबारा गया.
Before using this phone, I was dead set on having fingerprint sensors in the bag. But after using this phone, I think I've pretty grown very. I've grown very
Prone to.
No. I think I've gotten used to having fingerprint sensors in the front.
He's got sensors in the back and the front.
Right?
Okay.
So the fingerprint sensor on this phone is pretty good. I think
Yeah.
the last device we used, the A7, it didn't have a really good fingerprint sensor.
Yeah, it didn't react very quick. It was not quick.
However, in this phone, the fingerprint sensor is pretty fantastic.
Yes, as I've said before, the response time is fantastic.
Yeah. Alright. Okay. So
Yes,
what's
I think it's a field in which I think Huawei has beaten.
I
Samsung.
think every other manufacturer.
Yeah, I think
Right?
it's, except Apple, I suppose, because Apple's fingerprint is very good too.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
I think that this performance is another aspect of this phone where I've been left underwhelmed.
Yes, I think he's telling the truth in this case
What do you
because I have used previous devices in Huawei and
The
there's
performance
a lot
has
of-
been on point before.
yeah, I mean there's a lot of bugs. I mean there's a lot
In
of
this-
bugs
Yeah.
in the notification bar, and there's not a lot of lag in the device, but
It did froze on me a few times.
yes,
using
especially the
keyboard.
Gboard, the
Yeah,
Google
the
keyboard, it freezes.
When using the keyboard, it froze a few times.
Yes.
Yeah, and I think I had a few stuttering in loading animation and stuff.
Oh.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's a specific Bluetooth bug that you want to talk about.
Yes, there is one special bug I want to talk about. One special,
Well, what is this special bug that you want to talk
the
about?
special bug I want to talk about. Well, it's that when you enable the Bluetooth in the notification drawer, and then when you disable it, it stays on, and it doesn't turn off until you go into the notification drawer again.
Yeah. So, what are your overall impressions of the device?
Oh, I think it's a great device.
Okay.
I completely agree with that.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
and of course, I'm gonna add some detail. This is definitely a very good. It's not a budget phone.
it's pretty
Honestly,
expensive.
It's $600. It's a lot of money, but I think it's definitely something you're paying for. You get that feeling with this device. Yeah.
All right. Okay. So people ask me, what is the best device? And I say, does China have the best device? Does Hillary have the best device? Do my competitors have the best device? And I say to myself, I have the best device. I have America, folks. I tell you, I have the best device. I have the best. This is the best device, right?
You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right.
Okay. So I do really like the phone. In all seriousness,
Yeah.
I think I sounded a bit more harsh than I meant to during the review of the phone, and I don't think it's that bad. I think it's pretty good for what you're paying. Right, the dual camera setup is pretty nice. The fingerprint sensor especially is pretty nice. The display is pretty nice. The build quality is especially amazing.
Yeah.
But I think that overall, I was expecting a bit more from this device than what I got. All right, guys. So these were our reviews of the Huawei P10. I do really, please subscribe to our channel for more videos like this, and please like and share this video. Right?
Okay, that's unceremonious.
Okay. This is very ceremonious.
Yeah, this is very ceremonious. Okay, so what I want to say is that this is all, folks, and we're gonna move on.
Away. That's all, folks.